Howdy guys, lovely to see you all again. Apologies for my brief hiatus from making YouTube videos. I've been playing and touring with the lovely Crystal Ignite. We're also working on an album and an EP together, which I look forward to sharing with all of you. But to get back on track, today we're going to be looking at the solo from Sylosis' Leech. Let's take a look. Alright guys, let's have a look at the first section. I want to slide into 9 of the 3rd string and hit it twice. And after that, I'm going to be playing 12 of the 2nd string. At the end of that, I'm going to do a semitone bend on 8 of the 3rd string. And then just bring it back to its rest position. At the end of that, I'm going to play 3 notes on 4 of the 3rd string, and then play 7 of the 2nd, but you'll notice that I'm letting those notes sustain together, which is very, very characteristic of Josh Middleton's playing. Let's have a look at what we've got thus far from the start. Hopefully that's making sense. Then I work into this phrase. So what I've got here is a bend from 16 of the 2nd string. I'm going to do a semitone up and back twice. At the end of that, I'm going to bring that back down to its rest position and just do a slight vibrato on the 16. So I'm going up and down and then up again. And when I bring it down, hit it at the bottom, then I play this. What I'm doing here is a grace note slide from 14 to 16 on the 1st string. And I'm jumping to 14 of the 2nd. So we've got... At the end of that, I'm going to slide from 16 to 19 on the 1st string. Once again, another grace. And then at the end of that, jumping back to 16 for some vibrato. So let's try that whole little chunk there again. That's pretty much the whole first section. So let's try it again from the start nice and slow, and then we'll do it again even slower with some tabs. One more time with some tabs. Alright, this section is absolutely wicked. This is probably what made me fall in love with the solo in the first place. I'm going to start from 7 of the 5th string, and I'm going to play 7, 6, 7. Then I want to jump to 6 of the 4th string. Then I'm going to do a very similar idea, but I'm going to play 7, 6, 7 on the 5th, and then play 9 of the 4th string. So back to back. Obviously, we want to have a little bit of a mute on that to build up the tension. Then it works into this phrase. So what I'm going to do now is play 7, 6 on the 5th string. Then I want to play 6, 7, 9 on the 4th. So I'm going to have a rolling flat finger from the pointer there. At the end of that, I'm going to play 6 of the 3rd string and then play 9 to 7 on the 4th. Hopefully that's making sense. Then I work into this phrase. Let's slow that down. So at the start of that, just working up, I guess sort of like a G-sharp Phrygian shape. I'm going to play 6, 7, 9 on the 4th. Then I'm going to play 6, 8, 9 on the 3rd. Then I'm going to move that over to 11, and that's going to sort of give us a bit of a position shift. You can add a bit of a grace note slide if you like. It's going to kind of happen coincidentally when you do that sort of position shift. Okay, so from when I get to 11 of the 3rd string, I'm going to play 11, 9, 8, and then sort of reverse those notes. So I'm going to play 11, 9, 8, 9, 11. So all together from the start of the section. Okay, at the end of that, I'm going to play this. Let's slow that down. I'm going to play 7 of the first string and then do a pull off from 11, back to 7, and then I jump to 11 of the third string and then back to 7 of the first. The last bit of this, you'll notice there's a lot of kind of delicious string skipping stuff. It's almost a little bit Paul Gilbert-y. So what have we just ended on? Okay, the next bit's a little bit strange. I think it's because it sort of works in an odd note grouping. I think it might be 7 notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, it's 7 notes that repeats twice. So the pulse kind of changes even though the notes are the same. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a hammer on from 9 to 11 on the third string. And then I'm going to play 7 of the first and then a pull off from 11 to 7. So that's going to give us 5 notes. Then I'm going to quickly jump back to 11 of the third string and play 7 of the first, and that's going to be one of our 2 7-note groupings. At the end of that, I just had an extra 2 notes, which is a hammer on from 9 to 11 on the third string. So we're going to have our 2 groups of 7. And then add in 2 notes at the end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then an extra hammer on at the end. So let's have a look at what we've got thus far. There's a little bit more to it, but we'll have a look at what we've got so far from the start. To finish that off, I'm going to play 8 of the third string and 9 of the second. And this whole time I'm kind of letting the notes bleed together. Then I'm going to play 8 of the third string again, and then I'm going to play 12 of the second string. And they're allowed to bleed together, as I said. Once again, that kind of sustainy mid-solo chord Josh Middleton vibe. I love it. It's so awesome. Anyway, that's all of section 2. Let's do that again slowly from the start, and then again even slower with some tabs. One more time with some tabs. Alright guys, last section. This is relatively short. It just has a big delicious shred at the start. So what I'm going to do is start off by playing 17, 16, 14 on the first string. Then I jump to the second string and I'm going to play those same frets, but I'm going to do it twice. So this is what we should have thus far. I then jump to the third string and I'm going to play 16, 14, 13 twice. And then the same thing on the fourth string. So we should have a single group of 3 on the first string, and we have 2 groups of 3 on the second, 2 groups of 3 on the third, and 2 groups of 3 on the fourth. This is what we should have at a gentleman's pace. At the end of that, I'm going to play 16, 14, 12 on the fifth string. Then I'm going to hit the 12 again, and then play 13 of the third string. And they're going to kind of have a major 7th harmony kind of ringing together. More delightful bleeding notes. So from the start now. At the end of that, I work into this phrase. So I'm going to slide into 16 of the first string, and then I'm going to play 16 of the third, and then 14 of the first. I've got this kind of weird unison bend because they only start off, sort of starts off a minor third apart. It's not like our usual unison bends where they kind of meet up together. This one's a little bit more discordant. It's almost like we're ending on a sus2. Kind of interesting. Anyway, I'm playing 14 of the first string and bending 16 of the second, and I only go up a semitone. Nice and slow, actually. And you can just cut it off at the end. That's all of the final section. So let's try and take it from that big run into that crazy little unison bend idea. One more time, some tabs. And that was Josh Middleton's solo from Leech from the band Sylosis. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and please click the links in the description to my Facebook group and my Patreon. I'll catch you guys real soon.